When I arrived in Melbourne midwinter in 1998, I was a 14 years old that did not speak a word of English. A week later, I ended up at Mount St. Joseph's Girls College. It was high school, I think year 8, and I had long braids, and I was surrounded by all these girls who were fascinated by me, and I was fascinated by them, but we couldn't communicate. And there was life for me started in a new place, very anxious. Everything was anxiety. I was the only African girl in the school, and my sister was there very briefly. She was in year 12. And that's where the struggle began, really, because I don't even know that the teachers were able to deal with someone like me as such. I think we're one of the only ones that went to that school as African girls, and me being the only one after my sister, stayed for a few months and left. And so, reflecting back on those days, I remembered all of my year level teachers didn't really have an approach that they could apply to, to include me. And I wish they had a bit of cultural awareness and safety that they could navigate, because I was just a child at the end of the day anyway. But then I was a child that didn't speak the language, and that was huge. So everybody was anxious, and it shouldn't be like that. Kowanj was launched October 4th, 2014, almost 10 years.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been an easy journey. As an African-led not-for-profit organization, I could tell you the challenges. As an organization like this has not been easy at all versus other non-African-led organizations. There's not a lot of African business owners, women business owners in this sector specifically. So when it's new, there's always resistance, and I'm just talking about the resistance from that perspective. And nobody's really wrong here. It's just when there's something new, there's a lot of resistance. When I came in and talked about a model that would work for the cold and African communities, it was new. And so service providers, in the field at the time didn't know how to take it because it's new. The focus was always to ensure that education is being supported, and educational completion for the cohorts that Kowanj is supporting is being addressed. However, at the moment, we look at education and employment together as a pathway for people to become qualified and gain meaningful employment, more holistic. So that would be the direction that it kind of took, which is even better. Kowanj means, it's a direct translation for the word help. So help in English, assist. So Kowanj in our native language in South Sudan, Dinka, means help. So Kowanj Australia, help Australia. So Egypt, yes. South Sudan and Kenya. Look, it was part of the original plan. What Kowanj will continue to do is support new and emerging communities here in Australia, empower them, build their capacity so they are able to contribute to the support and of the communities living overseas, because we know that Africa specifically, there's still quite a bit of a struggle with people trying to just do day-to-day things. So if we can empower people here in Australia through the different services, then they can contribute to supporting more people struggling back in Africa. Well, obviously we are trying to ensure that the capacity of the programs are a lot bigger than what they are now. So, if we're serving let's say 2,000 people, we want to look at 5,000 people. And obviously we want more stronger partnerships with key partners like local, state and federal government. We want to be a part of philanthropic groups that can deliver programs here and overseas, because there's a major focus for us overseas and that requires a lot of funding. And obviously demonstrate that we have the capacity and capability and the governance to be able to deliver larger projects as opposed to when we first started.